Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Practical English brand. And welcome to Past Progressive Tense. Today, I'm going to be explaining Past Progressive Tense to you. So let's begin with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. First of all, I want to explain Past Progressive Tense using this diagram. Now, let's suppose last night you were busy with something. You started an action at 7 p.m. and the action finished at 10 p.m. Okay, so this is current time. This is present time now. Okay, and we're talking about something in the past. Understood? So in the past, at 7 p.m., you started an action. It finished at 10 p.m. Okay. Now, someone is asking you about any time between these two specific times. Like, what were you doing here at 8 p.m. or what were you doing at 9 p.m.? Like the time between these two specific times, right? So, in this case, when you answer that question, you should be using past continuous tense. For example, let's say you were watching TV from 7 p.m. up to 10 p.m. And I'm asking you, what were you doing at 8 p.m. last night? So you say, I was watching TV. See, you use past continuous tense. Why? Because you know that your action of watching TV was in progress at this specific time. At 8 p.m., the action of watching TV was in progress, okay? For example, you started studying for your final exam at 7 p.m. and the action of studying finished at 10 p.m. Like you studied your books for 3 hours. Now, if I'm asking you now at current time, what were you doing at 9 p.m. last night? Now, you know that I was busy with something at 9 p.m., okay, because the action started at 7 and it finished at 9, right? So which tense you use in this case? You use past continuous tense. You say, I was reading my books at 9 p.m. last night. I was reading my books at 8 p.m. last night. You got the idea? Is it clear? Okay. So when do we use past continuous tense? When we talk about an action that was in progress at a specific time in the past. Understood? Okay. Or for example, this is all past and this is present, right? Now, Mr. Shahram, you were training one of your students at the gym, right? And now you started training him at, let's say, 8 a.m. and the training finished at 9 a.m. And I'm asking you, hey, what were you doing at 8:30 yesterday morning? So you use past continuous tense. You say, I was training one of my students at that time in the gym. You see that? You see that? So when we talk about an action that was in progress at a specific time in the past. Now let's go to the structure in these examples. Okay. So keep in mind that past continuous tense is also one of the most commonly used tense in daily English. Okay. I mean, some tenses are very common in daily English and some tenses are not very common. I mean, they're used, but they are used rarely. Okay. But this is one of those tenses which are very common in daily English, okay? So the structure is subject, was, were. The to be verbs, was, were, okay? As helping verbs here. So now again, if your subject is third person singular, he, she, it, okay? Or a singular noun, for example, Ahmad, Mahmoud, then you use was as a helping verb. And with other subjects, use were. I was, he was, she was, okay, Ahmad was, the student was, but we were, they were, you were, okay, and the students were, okay, and then main verb, ing, and then whatever comes after that will be rest of the sentence. Okay, there are other main usages of past continuous tense as well. So I already explained, I mean, the usage that that comes in the first sentence. Okay, when you talk about an action that was in progress at a specific time in the past. So the first sentence, it was raining a lot at 9 p.m. last night. The action of raining was in progress at this specific time in the past. But this tense can be also used to talk about an action that was in progress in the past and another action happened and probably interrupted the first action that was in progress. Okay, in this case we use time clause. Okay, so look at the second example. We were drinking tea when he came. In this sentence, we talk about two actions. How many actions? Two actions. So the first action of drinking tea was in progress in the past at a specific time. And the other action in time class over here happened when he came. And somehow this action, which is in simple past tense when he came, interrupted the first action in past continuous tense, which was in progress. You got it? For example, yesterday I was explaining some grammatical points when someone knocked on the door. Okay, so the action of explaining the grammatical points was in progress, and the other action happened. Someone knocked on the door, right? And the second action somehow interrupted the first action. I had to stop my explanation and talk to that guy or find out who that guy was. Understood? Okay. So, for example, yesterday you were walking down the street, you wanted to go home, okay, and suddenly the rain started. So now you use past continuous tense, okay? Yesterday I was walking down the street when the rain started. So the first action of walking was in progress, right? It was, in progress. It was going on. And the second action happened, the rain started, and of course it somehow interrupted the first action, okay? Because the rain started and it was raining heavily and you had to, go faster. It interrupted your action, or you wanted to hide yourself somewhere, okay? And you decided to hide yourself, and then after the rain stops, you would continue your walking. Understood? So that's the concept over here. So when we talk about an action that was in progress and another action happened, and the second action interrupted the first action, that's the second usage of past continuous tense. Understood? So now in this kind of sentence, you can change the positions of two clauses. You can say, when he came, comma, we were drinking tea. If you want to change the positions of these two clauses, if you want to bring the time class first, okay, and the main class or the independent class second, in that case, you just need a comma, okay, in the middle of your sentence. I want to just write this example quickly for you over here, okay, right here. If you want to change the positions of these two clauses, look, you can do it this way. When he came, in this case, you need a comma, okay? When he came, we were drinking tea. But just keep in mind that the action of drinking tea was in progress. It happened first. And then the action in time clause or in simple past tense happened secondly, okay? And it somehow interrupted the first action. That's all. Usage number 3. We can also talk about the kind of actions which were in progress at the same time in the past and they were not interrupting each other, okay? Look at this example. I was doing my homework while he was watching TV. Let's say last night you were doing your homework, but your brother was watching TV. So you want to talk about those two actions. Both of them were progress at the same time and they were not interrupting each other. But keep in mind that in this case we use the conjunction while, not when. Yes. When you want to bring past continuous tense in both clauses, like here's past continuous tense, he was watching TV, and here's past continuous, I was doing my homework. In that case, you need while in adverb clause of time. Understood? But here, if you want to bring simple past tense, like the concept is that the action that was in progress was interrupted by the second action. In this case, use when. So don't forget this, okay? So it's possible, for example, you can say, last night I was watching TV while my mother was cooking dinner. See, both actions were in progress at the same time, and they were not interrupting each other, okay? Yesterday, we were listening carefully while the teacher was explaining the lesson. See, both actions, okay? The teacher was explaining the lesson, the action was in progress, and you were listening carefully, the action of listening was also in progress. Understood? Okay, got it? Okay. See, for example, again, a lot of examples about, okay, trainer Shahram, okay? So let's say Mr. Shuja is a trainer at the gym, okay? Gym of strongest man, it's kind of advertisement for you, okay? And Mr. Shahram is also a trainer, right? Okay, so now you can say, yesterday my brother Shuja was training his students while I was changing my clothes, okay? Or he was training his students while I was talking to Mr. Qari. See, both actions were in progress at the same time and they were not interrupting each other. I hope it's clear. Is it clear? Okay. Okay, now you can also talk about a series of actions. You can also talk about 2, 3, or 4 actions which were in progress at the same time, okay? Okay, or after each other. Look at example number 4. Last night, I was drinking tea, watching TV, and thinking about the final exam. 3 actions were in progress at the same time, okay? So it's possible you drink tea, you watch TV, but mentally you think about something, right? So last night, I was drinking tea, watching TV, and thinking about the final exam. So you may also talk about a list of actions. How many actions here do we have? I was drinking tea, one action, and watching TV, another action, and thinking, okay, kind of mental activity. It's a mixed verb, think. You can use it as an action verb and you can use it as a state verb. Okay? Okay. So this is all about past progressive or past continuous tense. You got it? If you want to change it to negative form, then what do? You just bring not after was and were. You see that? Let's change this one sentence to different forms, okay? It was raining a lot at 9 p.m. last night. If you want to change it to negative form, then you say it was not raining. It was not raining, okay, last night, at 9 p.m. last night. Or if you want to change it to interrogative form, what do? You bring the to be verbs before your subject, okay? So you bring the to be verb before your subject, and of course you capitalize the to be verb. Okay, so was it raining a lot at 9 p.m. last night? Was it raining? Yes, yes. Were you studying? Were you studying your books at 10 p.m. last night? Okay, okay. And if you want to change it to negative interrogative, was it not raining last night? Okay, of course you mentioned the specific time. Was it not raining at 9 p.m. last night? Or in short form in spoken English, wasn't it raining at 9 p.m. last night? Weren't you studying your books at 9 p.m. last night? Okay. Wasn't your brother training some students at 7 a.m. yesterday morning? Okay. Negative interrogative. And you may also use information questions. You just bring a WH question first. Okay. And then, the to be verb, and then, subject, and then, okay. For example, I'm asking you, hey, what were you doing at 10 p.m. last night? Okay. Now, if you know that the action that you're busy with was in progress, you use this tense. You say, I was reading a book. I was, for example, watching TV. I was drinking tea, whatever, okay? So where were you learning English, okay? Where were you learning English before you came here? Or, for example, I'm asking you, when were you walking towards Mubarak Center? When were you walking towards Mubarak? And you say, I was walking towards Mubarak Center at 9 a.m. yesterday morning. Okay? So that's possible. Understood? Is everything clear? Any questions? Any questions? Yep.
So why I is singular?
Yeah, it's a good question. I got it. So he's asking, one of my students is asking the question that why the pronoun I is singular, but we use was, obviously, so we use was with it, okay? We do not use were with it, okay? Okay, so it was raining, but yeah, see now, if your question is about doing does, for example, you might have heard this from many teachers that we use does with singular subjects, and we use do with plural. No, that's not a good idea. We use do with all subjects, but we use does with third person singular. Third person singular, okay? For example, I say, do I teach you English practically? Okay? Or do you, as an individual, if I'm talking to you, okay? Okay? So again, we use do with singular, okay? If it's second person or if it's first person, okay? Okay. Do I, for example, do I look tired today? We don't say, does I look tired today? Understood? Yeah, but here, yes, it's singular. Of course, we use what? If you ask why with you, for example, as a singular person, okay, as an individual, you, okay, what were you doing yesterday? I'm not telling the entire class, I'm not telling this to all of you, I'm telling this to you, okay, as an individual. So why were you, okay? So yes, we use were, okay, with you, whether, it refers to one person or it refers to more than one, okay? We use were with that, okay? Yes. So yeah, any other questions? Okay. Okay, just keep in mind that when we use does, or when the verb takes like, is or es in simple present tense, or when we use has, okay, as a helping verb, have, has, or when we use to be verb is, we use it with third person singular, not just with all singular subjects. Understood? Third person, because first person I, we, second person you, and third person he, she, it, and the plural is they. Okay, with third person singular, the verb takes is if it's simple present tense. Okay. For example, he works, she works, it works, right? Or it doesn't work, she doesn't work, he doesn't work. Understood? Or he has gone abroad, or she has gone abroad. Okay, I hope it's clear. Third person singular. Okay, not with all singular subjects. So this much is enough. Have a great time for now. Bye bye.